Alrighty, hello. I'm going to demonstrate my senior project. I did a web app that included thought experiments about different philosophical, uh, ethical theories. And so I'm going to start with the list of the must-have requirements in my SRS and just kind of go through from there. So the first one is that the trolley cart thought experiment will pair the user with utilitarianism, Kantianism, egoism, or virtue ethics through a survey. So up here you have experiments, and if you come over to trolley car, it just has this information, the instructions. So the user will go through a series of questions and just kind of answer what they would put and why. And then after they're done, it will say you scored highest in Kantianism and virtue ethics. Typically it'll be just one of them, but if there is a rare occasion where the user will have an equal score in two different theories, so then that's where it will match them up with that. I need to change that to say virtue. Oops. And then you can read more about it right here. All right. And then it says the web app will provide explanations of utilitarianism, Kantianism, egoism, or virtue ethics. So you can either access right here or you can click up here with ethical theories. So I have in detail about what is ethics, relativism versus objectivism, consequentialism, utilitarianism, egoism, social contract theory, deontology, Kantianism, virtue ethics, and divine command theory. And also in one of the stretch requirements, it says that the prisoner's dilemma will have an explanation page that will explain either game theory or social contract theory. And so here's the explanation right here, and it links to that prisoner's dilemma game. And at the end of the prisoner's dilemma, it will also link the user to this page right here. All right. And then also the web app will explain deontology versus consequentialism. So here you have consequentialism and then deontology. Let's see. The web app will allow the player to play the prisoner's dilemma game, either single player or multiplayer. So let's go up here. We'll click on prisoner's dilemma. So it has this some instructions right here, and then the user can play multiplayer. So we'll just click on that. And so if you click on multiplayer, it says right here that the version will link the players together through a code, and the multiplayer code will be randomly generated. So this code is this key phrase or keyword is randomly generated, so it'll be different each time. And so then the users can type it in. If they want to join another person's game, they can type in this code, or if not, they can wait for somebody else to join their game and press start. I was not able, unfortunately, to set up the web sockets for this, so then two players can actually play on two separate devices. So unfortunately, I'll just have to stick to that, which is a bummer. Okay, let's go back here. Prisoner's dilemma. And just to demonstrate that it's different each time. So there's a different one. Okay. See what prisoner's dilemma. So you press start. And how it works is you get to choose either split or steal. And it says right here in single player mode, the opponent will have randomized choices for its turn. So if I say split, for example, it randomly generates what the response will be. And there's just some simple animation, which is included in my stretch requirements right here. The thought experience may have brief animations to enhance aesthetics and entertainment. Okay, so if you will just randomly generate what it'll do. So this time it's steal, and there are 10 rounds. So we'll just quickly cruise through this. Okay. And then it'll say what the results are. So in this case, I won because I had 550 points. And then it links to the social contract theory in the theories page right here. All right. It also stated that the website will contain a homepage with the description of the website. So here's the description right here about thought experiments and philosophy. It also links to the thought experiments. This one is an empty one. I wasn't able to do that one. A third thought experiment. Okay, let's see. Okay. The website will have an about me page with an intro of me and background on the website. So we have the about me page right here, just a little bit about me, why I like philosophy, and why I chose this project. So more about the background of the website. Additionally, I put in the requirements that it would be implementing Django, HTML, and CSS. So let's go check out my code. All right. So for my code, I did this in VS Code, and I have this in right now I have it running on a local my local computer. So I think it's called a local server. But I have it also uploaded to GitHub, so you can access it through a link on there. Okay, so I started with a base file. So this means that all of this HTML right here will be present in all of these HTML files. So we have the different HTML files, and we'll take a peek at, we'll do this one. So this one, I also put the JavaScript in directly in the HTML just to make things a little bit simpler. And so we can see right here, here's the code that is randomly generated for the multiplayer. And then for the opponent, let's see if we can find, here we go. And then this is the function that randomly generates the opponent's choice. And then if you go over to the trolley car, I also have all of the questions here in this dictionary. Sorry, it's late at night. So then there you go. There's just a sneak peek at the code for this. And this is how it figures out who is the winner, or which theory has the most points in it. So when the user selects a choice, it will add a points to that theory score, and then it'll declare what the winner is. In the case where the theories have the same score, then it will call this function up here that then declares what the two tying theories are. And then different questions had different theories behind the answers. So for example, this one right here, this first answer, if somebody were to select that, then that would closely relate to Kantian ethics right here. So I had to map each of these out individually, just to make it a little bit more realistic for users. We have my static files right here. So my styles, I tried to organize them accordingly based on the HTML file. If we go down here, here is the code for the animation. And so each of the letters individually animated. And then we have things separated out. So we have the actual thought project And inside of this project, we have the different apps. So the Thought app is where I have my about and home page. That's what these the URLs are for that, as well as the views to get those pages. And this, by the way, is in Django. And then we have the Prisoner app, and where is it? And the Trolley Car app. So we have these right here. And then the URLs, the link to that. So that's pretty much it with my senior project. I really enjoyed making this. It didn't turn out quite the way that I hoped. I really wanted to focus more on developing my knowledge in WebSockets through doing the multiplayer prisoners dilemma. But unfortunately, that just didn't quite work out. But what I was able to do instead is focus a lot on learning JavaScript. I had done some web apps already that were pretty simple, and I focused on the Django side of it. So on this one instead, I did still use some Django, but I focused more on the JavaScript side of things, just because that was the weakest language, or my knowledge was weakest in that language out of all of them that I know. So I really was able to get comfortable with it and develop my skills in that. So that was an unexpected, fantastic outcome. I was also able to learn more about how all the web app files connect together. The first time that I created a web app, it was just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and I wasn't quite sure how it worked. And, all the manage files and setting files and URLs files, I just kind of put everything everywhere and hoped that it worked. But working on this, I was able to really understand how they connect together, how to get the pages to link. And by the end, I was able to move pretty quickly in coding. It was just the monotonous styling that the CSS that took up the most amount of time. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed learning this. I'd like to work on in the future developing that third thought experiment, and then making it fully functioning multiplayer. But for now, it's just something that I'll enjoy and that I can use in with my fellow philosophy students, or fellow philosophy students, to help us be able to interact with these thought experiments and learn more about these ethical theories. So thank you for a great semester, and that is my project.